The arrival of the Garifuna people to the shores of southern Belize 219 years ago is being commemorated across the country today.
On this day, the 12th of April, Arrival Day, Survival Day, a day when we reflect on our future and our prosperity, can say that we have served this country, we have served Belize, that we are a part of the fabric of this country.
Reenacted annually on November 19th as Yurume, the Garinagu, descendants of Carib, Arawak, and West Africans, came to Belize from Roatan in the Bay Islands of Honduras. The story, however, goes back to their exile from St. Vincent following the Carib Wars.
A day like today, the 12th of April, they arrived, they were dumped on the island of Roatan to fend for themselves. Now, if you put yourselves in the condition, if you put yourself in the place of those ancestors, you can begin to appreciate the difficulty. This is not the time of the year when you start to make plantation. There was no UNHCR in those days. There were no international organizations that they could call upon to come and ease the situation. So they were left to fend for themselves. And so started their dispersal.
The transnational migration saw the establishment of communities across the Bay of Honduras, from La Ceiba to the Angriga.
The people at the settlement at the mouth of the Belize River, the settlers, knew of the happenings in St. Vincent, and they had deep respect for the military prowess of the Garifuna people. Hence, their hope that in the face of the threat of an invasion from Spain, that these people who did not have other recourse and who had to do what they could to survive would have offered themselves as mercenaries in the defense of the settlement. And so they were disappointed, the settlers were disappointed when, according to them, the Caribs had defected to the Spaniards in Trujillo. Now, it wasn't that the Garifuna people, the Caribs, were joining the Spaniards. They were seeing what they could do, where they could go in order to survive.
That exploratory phase ultimately led them here. Roy Cayetano, a renowned Garifuna historian, continues the narrative.
And so it was that 5 years after the arrival, 1802, the records, the archives of Belize show that there were at least 150 Garinagu in this country by 1802. We know this because there's a letter in which a settler complained to the public meeting that in spite of his warnings, there were these people, a dangerous people, who were allowed in the settlement, and that this was a danger because when the best minds were imbued with alcohol, especially around Christmas time and the festivities, that there would be a danger of a rebellion instigated by these people.
If you ever wondered why the Garinagu settled in the south as opposed to anywhere else in the country, here's an explanation based on geography.
When we established our settlements south of the Sibun River, which at that time was the southern boundary of the settlement. So in 1859, when the southern boundary of the settlement was extended to the Sibun River, from the Sibun to the Sarstoon, we were already here. So we can say that Belize came after us. We were already established. You check it out. All the Garifuna communities, traditional Garifuna communities, are established south of the Sibun River.
Reporting for News 5, I am Isani Cayetano.